Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. And you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much. It's really great to have you here talking to us.
You're so welcome.
Could you tell us a little bit about who you are and what to do, please?
Sure. Okay, so my name is Najmah Muhammad. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. I'm 22 years old and I'm in nursing school currently.
When did you start stuttering and how did it impact your life?
So I started stuttering when I was 8 years old. Um, it it impacted my life because it lowered my self confidence and my self esteem. I let it limit me in opportunities that I didn't take because of my speech. Um, and it was really difficult because I had a fear of being rejected because of how I speak, which is something I can't really control.
How was your journey towards self-acceptance? Was it hard?
It was hard and it felt lonely at times. Um, like I said, I started stuttering when I was 8, and I kind of started working to raise my self confidence and to I decide to not let it stop me. So every time I would stutter, I would have this negative talk, and I would tell myself, "I'm dumb, I'm stupid. Why can't I talk like everyone else?" Um, and I had this belief that no guy's gonna ever like want to be my husband. And so I had to work on that confidence. And so on my journey to accept my stutter, I did therapy, I journaled, I prayed, and I did affirmations. And so I had to get some of those negative belief systems out of my head and put my stutter into a perspective, that stuttering is a piece of me, but it's not everything I am.
Was there anything in particular that really helped you in your journey of really, accepting this fluency, or was really a combination of things?
It was really a combination of things. I was sick and tired of being confined and feeling restricted. And so I just wanted to take a different direction.
You mentioned to me that you are currently writing a book for kids related to stuttering, which is
Yes.
really nice. So when and how did you have this idea to write the book, and what message do you hope people will get from it?
Okay, so I had the idea earlier this year, actually, so it's fairly recent. And I got the idea. I was on a social media and I ran across this post. It was of a young child, and the person posted that he was being bullied. And it really touched me because I feel like so many of us were bullied. And it touched my heart and then it pissed me off at the same time because of everything that we have to go through. And so after I read that quote, I wrote like 6 pages of things that I wanted to tell children because children have always been in my heart. And so I knew that I was going to have a career helping children in some way, shape, or form. Um, so I just wanted to find a way to help young children with a stutter, to accept it, to guide them through it because I didn't really have anyone to guide me through it. Um, I wanted to give them advice and tips and just be their stuttering friend and also give them resources that I wish I had, encouragement, advice, just helping them through the process. And I don't know everything, so I don't try to know everything, but I do just want to give the tidbits that I do know.
Do you know when the book is going to be published at all? And do you know if it's only going to
I do
be
not know yet.
available in the US or in other countries?
Hopefully other countries too. Hopefully I can get it like on Amazon and like I may. I don't know yet. I don't know all the details. I don't know when it's going to be out, but it's coming. I'm working on it. But I would definitely make it available to majority of the people that want it.
I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so I saw that you were doing something with the Stuttering Club project. So can you tell us a little bit more about what is this and how many people are there involved in this project? How does it work?
Sure. Okay. So it's on a new app called Clubhouse. This new app is in the beta phase. And so it's an invite only so that the people that created it can work out the kinks and stuff. And it's only compatible with iPhones currently. Hopefully it can with the Androids and all the other phones. But it's an audio-based app. And I was scrolling through it and just looking throughout other rooms, and I never saw one about stuttering. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make one. And that was a hard decision to make because I was like, what do I know about stuttering? I mean, I had a stutter, but I don't know a lot. And so that was that doubt creeping in. And so I found two other people to moderate with me, Jacqueline and Abdella. And so we had a room and it went great. It's about 6 people that come every week. And so we are growing, and I host a room about stuttering every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're on the app, then just follow me. My name is Najmah Muhammad, and you can hit that bell notification on my page, and it'll notify you every time I am in a room or start a room, and just select the always button. People are really open. It's a safe space. And I make sure that I keep it that way so that people do feel safe and that they can share what's on their hearts and on their minds, and that they can have a place where they can ask advice and tips and just learn and share and lean on one another.
That's great because I don't think we have so many things for people who, like stammer. So I think it's really good that more and more people come out and just really talk about it. By talking about it, hopefully we can raise awareness also.
Exactly. And change the narrative, because I feel like the narrative that the world does portray is they make it okay to laugh and to joke about it based on TV shows and movies with people who stutter. And it's nothing to joke about because it impacts every aspect of our lives. And so they also have this narrative that stuttering can be fixed, which means it's something wrong with you when it's just something different.
Exactly. And then they say, oh, just speak slowly, just do this and do that. I'm like, oh, thank you for that advice.
And I'm like, I know what I want to say. It's just not coming out.
There are a lot of misconceptions about stuttering.
Exactly.
What do you wish people would know about it?
A lot of people who aren't stutterers, they only see the repetitions, prolongations, and the blocks. They don't see the self-doubt, the low confidence, the isolation, the depression. They don't see just what we go through because they don't have it, and there's no education about it that's really promoted. And so I wish that they would know to be patient, to lead with empathy, and to not finish our sentences. Let us talk because we know what we want to say. Our body is just stopping us. And I feel like people don't know what causes stuttering, and that it's like an overt stutterer and a covert stutterer. And so people like watching this, a overt stutterer is someone who stutters freely and they can't really control when they stutter. Covert stutterers, they switch out words that they may stammer over or stutter over, and they try to hide their stutter. And I've actually talked to covert stutterers because I'm an overt stutterer, and they say it's really challenging because when they finally tell people, they don't believe them. And it's like, why would you lie about stuttering? You gain nothing from it. So it's definitely harder for them. I actually, because I stutter normally more than I am right now, but when I was trying to bring awareness about stuttering, and I would make videos and things, I wouldn't stutter, and so I had this new anxiety of like, what if they don't believe me? And I'm like, but why would I lie? But I'm not stuttering. So people who don't know me maybe like she's a fraud, she just wants attention, and it's really not the case. I just the camera makes me not stutter, I guess, is new. I don't know what's happening.
That is actually so interesting because on our Facebook groups, I do see sometimes people comparing, like if you're like if your stuttering is mild, some
Mhm.
people don't really take it very serious because they think they stutter much more. Like no matter how severe it is still a struggle.
So growing up, I didn't have a lot of people around me that stuttered. Maybe like two people, and it was like when I was in school, and I didn't know them. And so I didn't have people around me, so I compared myself most of my life to fluent people. And so in my head, I had a worse stutter. Like it was so severe. But when I started to listen to people who stuttered, and it's like, oh, mine's mild actually. It's not as severe as I thought. And whether it's severe or mild, we still go through the same things, the same stereotypes, the same experiences. And I'm not saying that people with a more severe stutter doesn't have it harder, because I do know a individual who stutters a whole lot and they can't find a job. So I'm not trying to take away from them, but in the same instance, you shouldn't be taking away from people who have a mouth stutter, because we go through the same things.
If you could give an advice to people who stutter, who are now struggling with self acceptance and low confidence, what would you say?
I'm going to give advice that I used. So I would say, foremost, like biggest thing is give yourself grace. You can't control when you stutter, how often you stutter, or how severe you stutter. So just give yourself grace and show yourself mercy, like you would other people, friends, family. I would say do affirmations. They work. They work for me. And granted, I felt dumb doing it because you have to stand in the mirror and say, I am this, this, and this. But once you do it repeatedly, you start to develop confidence, and you start to just go on a roll of what you are, and what you have to offer. I would say if you want to go the fluent route, go to therapy. I'm really not focused on fluency. I'm focused on acceptance and just living my life despite my speech. I would say surround yourself with people who accept you, who embrace you. I would say if you are religious, pray, because that was what helped me. And I would say, with your negative talk, every negative thing you say about yourself, replace it with two positives. And that teaches your brain to rewire your thinking.
Great. So thank you so much. And I will speak to you soon.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.